I mean, I got nothing. You guys win. 748. Thank you so much. It's the link on the Breeze 93.9 to the link Zoom room we go where Major Antone Aguon from the Department of Corrections is standing by. Good morning, Major.
Good morning, Chris and Bree.
Good morning. You sound so excited to be
Right
on the
on. Yeah. I
show.
think you need a banana toffee muffin. Did you get the number for the crisis hotline, Major?
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay, good. Just checking. So, Major, I know that you guys had tested some inmates. You want to just run us through that, and then what are we looking forward to at DOC?
Yes, last week, I believe Thursday, we tested 145 inmates and detainees up in the Manila facility. Uh, we got some of the results. We got the results yesterday that all of them that we tested, everyone that was tested was negative.
That's good.
We still have more to do. About 300 and some in Manila and another 120 or 130 in Agana. The director is we're still committed to getting it done. However, we need to work with public health schedule.
Right.
And
And
right
they're
now,
kind of busy.
A little bit, yeah.
yeah, they're pretty much on an aggressive community outreach program right now. So
Right.
as soon as they're available, we will sit down and iron out the details and proceed with the rest of the population.
I know that when we had spoke last time, you were mentioning, or it could have even been public health or the physicians advisory group, about possibly training DOC staff uh, and providing a rapid test machine or something like that over it for DOC. Is that still happening?
That is still part of our plan. That is still part of our plan to test test our nurses so that they could test the
You mean train your nurse?
arrestees
Mm-hmm.
when they come in and test them and do it right up front.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still our plan.
Okay, but is there any idea when that will occur?
No, not at this moment. Again, we everything we just gotta work with public health and their schedule.
Mm-hmm. What about the inmates or detainees? Anybody exhibiting symptoms or anything like that, or have in the past week or so?
No, as of today, there's no one displaying any kind of signs or symptoms.
Okay, well that's really good to hear. So let's just go through some of the other things going on at DOC. One of the things that there was the oversight. Be pre-COVID, and one of the things that was the was it the master plan? And I think
Okay,
it was up
so yeah,
at the AG's office for review. At least that's what we were told.
okay, so the master plan, we have a grant to help us develop a master plan for DOC. Uh, that process has moved forward. The document, the contract, actually is now with the governor's office and is awaiting the governor's signature.
Mm-hmm.
Once the governor signs it, then the vendor that was awarded the contract will be given the letter to proceed, and then we'll work again with his schedule because he would have to fly out here to start working on the project. So it is moving forward. It is moving forward, and again, it's with the governor's office for legal review and signature.
So this is an off-island vendor.
Yes, we did an RFP process a while back, and we had one proposal, and we moved forward with the project, and so now we're just waiting for the governor's signature to solidify it, so we can start actually working on it.
What was the name of the contractor?
Um, it's energy. Man, I can't even recall. Energy to something. I forgot the name of the vendor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small company.
Okay.
Information to energy. There you go. Information to energy.
Where are they from?
Uh, Atlanta.
Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. All right. And if
This is
you
this is the same company that assisted us a while back. I mean, he's been on Guam before, working with GPA and other companies. He's also assisted us in our locking device upgrade. He was the one that helped us with the when we upgraded post 6, 7, and 17 locking device project a few years ago. He was one of the persons that helped us develop the specs and ensure that we were, getting the right locks for our facility.
Mhm. And if you could just go over the scope of work for that, for the contract,
Well,
and how
I
much.
don't have the scope of work in front of me, but it's about 14 different phases of the project, including, of course, historical data, doing analysis on the data as far as our population, looking at all the buildings. They're supposed to do a complete engineering structural review of all our existing buildings. Uh, uh, Talk to the staff, work on best practices, review our camera system, locking systems, the layout of the land. They're supposed to do a review of the entire land, and it's about 14 different phases of work, and it'll probably take about 18 months to complete the whole project. But it's a pretty lengthy project. I mean, it's not. I mean, for the amount of money that the contract involves, I think we're getting a lot for it.
And this is basically a study, right, to determine how to modernize the Guam Department of Corrections facilities, right?
Yeah, yes, it is. Again, it's not. There'll be more phases after this, but it'll give us at least a baseline of where our current facility is, and the condition of our current facility, and what are some of the best practices that we need to adopt in order to bring our prison up to standards.
Yeah, and I remember because this whole thing, because the Department of Corrections was on the brink of losing this federal funding from the Department of the Interior if we didn't use this grant money, right, to produce this study and use this contract. So, as far as you know, we're no longer in jeopardy of losing this money, right?
As far as I know, we do get another extension. We have another extension, and it's not until 2021 that the grant is still good. So once we sign the contract and move forward, we shouldn't have a problem anymore.
Okay, good.
But our federal counterparts, we work well with them because they understand the challenges with this COVID. It's not on just a Guam issue. It's all over the United States too. So
Yeah,
very,
but this was way before COVID,
yeah.
where this was on the
This was back when San Augustine was our director, and I
Right.
believe Carla Bora was our deputy director. This is a long time grant that we have been trying to get this process going to the point where now we can award a contract.
Right. Well, it's good to hear that we're finally seeing some movement on that. Let's talk about contraband. Have you guys seen any contraband? Caught anybody in the past week?
We've had a few contrabands. Again, we've continued to do our shakedowns. We've done some shakedowns, I believe, yesterday. We found a few contraband, Copenhagen, tobacco products. Last night, our special ops team did some random shakedowns of one of our housing units. They were able to catch another inmate with a cell phone and charger. And so that was confiscated.
What unit?
Post 5.
iPhone?
So no, I don't think it was an iPhone. It was one of the cheaper phones.
Okay.
Oh, Post 5. What unit is that one? Is that like maximum?
That's almost an extension of our Post 6. We have inmates, mostly inmates down there, and a few detainees.
So is that like a what? Minimum security, maximum security?
Oh no. These are not minimum. Level 1 detainees, and basically charged with aggravated assault, things like that, more violent crimes.
Violent offenders.
Okay.
Major, what was with the inmates, shifting to P-Corps 1, the staff, what were people saying about that? Because, it was bound to happen.
For which one, sir?
P-Corps 1, you guys okay with P-Corps 1? Any anxiety, stress, inmates, staff, guards?
I mean, it's a little stressful for the inmates because we were hoping we can try to reinstitute some sort of visitation.
Right.
Really, that's their main issue, really.
Yeah.
And we were gonna open it up for doing some incoming again, at least a drop-off system. But because of P-Corps 1, that now is all on standstill. Again, they're frustrated probably, but we continue to, they know what's going on. They know what's going on and what's at risk if the COVID-19 enters our facility.
Right, Major. But what we're seeing in this P-Corps 1 is a lot of people learned from the first P-Corps 1. And maybe in that time between the two P-Core ones, they came up with their plans, and so now in this iteration of P-Core 1, we're seeing things that are open. We're seeing services that weren't available. So you guys didn't like retool your incoming or anticipate that, hey, what happens if we go back to P-Core 1? Because this is you've been working on the incoming. It's been months.
I mean, we're gonna probably lift it eventually, but right now, sir, because we're still working on getting everybody tested. We're still at this phase. Maybe in a few weeks, the director will reevaluate, especially once we're able to test everybody.
Right.
Once we're able to get everybody tested, then we'll sit down and reevaluate it and see should we move forward with the incoming or not.
Right.
But the thing about incoming, sir, is not just inmates, but having family members run around out in the community to purchase items for their loved ones. That also becomes an issue, especially when we're kind of telling everybody to stay at home if you don't need to be out. And so it's also for the family. We don't want to put that extra stress on the family to have to go out there and look for items for their loved one in here, because their loved one in here is saying, you got to bring me this and you got to bring me that, and I need it now. And so family members do get stressed out with those kind of things too.
Major, I can't let this go because you said that there was another cell phone that was found. Last time we spoke, there was a cell phone that was found, and there's no incoming. I mean, how is this getting into the Department of Corrections?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I mean, it could have been recently smuggled in. It could have been thrown in. We've had incidents of people throwing things over. We've caught a few. Maybe we've missed a few. It could have been happened that way.
Are you guys doing any sort of internal affairs investigation? I mean, can you turn on the cell phone and, get the phone number and maybe check it with a telecom company when it was activated, or,
The phone, ma'am, is eventually be turned over to GPD as evidence. The inmate himself will be arrested. At that point, we could attempt to make a request to GPD to look at the phone and see if they can extract any data useful.
Right.
We can't do that. We don't have that capabilities here. Again, back to the phone, it could have been an older phone that he has had on him for a while,
right,
and we just got it. Or again, it could have been smuggled in, thrown over one of our perimeters that we did not catch, and it made it in. There's other possibilities. I never ruled out the possibility that maybe a staff brought it in.
Right.
And hopefully that's not the case, but based on history of things that happened a few years back, you just never know until you know.
Right.
You just never know until you know.
Right, Major. It is what it is. Right on, Major. So with no visitation, is there like everyone's trying to use the phone, right? Have you guys had to reinstitute maybe new protocols? Because if they're not getting visited, I mean, the only way for them to reach out to their family is either through the cell phone that whoever smuggled in, or through the PayTel.
No, the phones are still operational, so
Okay.
they still get to use the phone. Phones are pretty much open from the morning all the way into the evening hours.
All right.
Are y'all
So they
cleaning
should
those
access-
phones?
Yeah, you sanitizing the phone and all that?
Well, they have sanitizing equipment in the materials in the housing unit, so.
What about we just got off the phone with the crisis hotline folks. Do you guys provide those sort of services to inmates that might be feeling anxious or stressed?
I mean, yes, we do have behavioral staff on duty at the department. We have Dr. Tamanglod, and we have 3 of her staff members. Plus, we have, of course, GMH nurses that are assigned to our facility. And so, we have a procedure in place. If the inmate feels they need to talk to someone, they put in what they call a sick call slip. Each unit is equipped with a box. It's a secured box where they can drop in their request if they need to see someone or speak to someone.
Have you seen an increase?
Yes,
Have you seen
our
an
staff
increase?
is pretty busy with that.
Wow.
Say
Oh,
again?
I was going to say, have you seen an increase in inmates requiring those services?
Well, I don't know if it's an increase per se, but I mean, we've always had inmates in here because just the fact that they're locked up is causing some issues with some of them. So our staff do keep pretty busy. And not only that, our officers are trained to notice these type of things.
All right, Major, anything else you wanted to get out? Because we've got Roy Respicio, the general manager at the Port Authority, in our Zoom room waiting. Anything
Yeah.
else?
And it looks hot out there, Major. We want to get you back in the aircon.
No, I'm in my office. Oh, I'm sorry, my background. Yeah. I didn't notice that. Yes. No. We're good here. We're good here.
All right.
All right.
Thank you,
You sure you're
Antone.
good? That was kind of like, we're good, we're good. Don't ask. They didn't ask about the thing. Okay. Text me, Major.
Yeah, you find out later anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Major.
All right.
Somebody will call you.
Right on.
They always do.
Yeah. Thank you, Major. Hey, be safe over there and keep us posted, okay?
Yes, sir.
That's that.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
8:03.